Hey guys. Excuse the cold that I have, but I kind of can't talk today. Wanted to make this video just because this is something I haven't talked to anyone about really. Hope I'm in the shot. I'm not gonna re-edit this. But there was a shooting that occurred today at an airport literally right next door to my house. And it kind of started making me think about Pulse. The shooting there, I know it happened like a couple months ago, but yeah. No, I didn't know anyone who died, though I do have one friend who almost went, but he decided to go on a double date instead that night, and I'm really thankful. But the reason why, it's like, sorry if I'm looking around, I'm just lost in my words and my thought as well. The reason why I feel like so strong about what happened is because I was a Disney cast member, and I have some news that I want to share with you in 2 weeks. Hopefully it'll be good news in the end, but we're not going to get into that now. But I was a cast member at Disney while I'm holding Mickey, basically because for this story I need support, and Disney actually has a huge part of what happened. So this is my support. A lot of the people who passed that night were cast members at Disney World. And the thing about Disney is that you're one whole family. So I can't even tell you how many employees they have at Disney, but all of us combined, we are one huge family. And even though I didn't know any of those victims personally, again, they were still part of my Disney family, and losing a family member is so tragic. And, you know, I'm sure to all those poor souls out there who lost somebody, whether it was family or friends or relatives or roommates, that's hard, and it's so difficult to deal with, to live with. But it's also really hard when it's someone who's part of your Disney family. It's still really hard, because that family will never be complete. The Disney family will never be complete anymore. It will never be a whole again with all those who passed. You can never take that back. And it's sad. And it sucks. I went to go visit Pulse with one of my really good friends, and we paid respects to all those who passed on, and it was really nice. But it's still really sad to see, all those innocent people who thought they were just gonna go and have fun get a big shock. It's really sad to see that. Now story time for you. Something else that's really hard for me that has to do with Pulse is that the shooter, the terrorist, that wasn't his actual designation. Like, that wasn't his actual plan, going to Pulse and shooting everybody there. What he wanted to do, it's so hard for me to say because I was actually there. He wanted to go to one of the Disney parks and kill everybody there. And I've cried about this already, so I probably won't, probably don't have any more tears to shed out. But, yeah. And now that I put, the pieces together, I can, figure out the puzzle. First he went to the Magic Kingdom, which is where I worked. And he just walked around. He didn't have his gun on him, but he just walked around, mapping out the park. And I'm sure trying to find the exits and whatever. Because I heard a story about him from the security and cast members that some weird man, walked into the park wearing this hat and whatever, didn't want to take it off at first, and was just scouting the park with his wife, and, yeah. And I found out from some people that it was him. And I was there that day. And then he ended up going to Disney Springs, which was downtown Disney, and he almost killed everybody. They say he didn't have his gun on him, but I think he did. He was going to shoot everyone that day. He was going to. He even made a death threat and said he had a gun and he was going to do it. I don't know what stopped him, but he was going to do it that day because we don't have metal detectors at Disney Springs. And luckily I was at work that day. But I could have easily been at Disney Springs. Like, easily, I could have been there instead. Because I still go there a lot. And, yeah, it's just like thinking like, wow, I could have been there. I could have been shot. I could have been killed. I could have been one of those victims. I could have been in danger, which technically we all were. All the cast members were basically in danger during that time. Because he was scouting out the parks. You don't know where he could have, went. You don't know when he could have chose to shoot at people. It's just like, which is really scary. And then he decided to go to Pulse, which he did. I'm like sweating. I'm just so shaken by this. So, yeah, I'm sorry for those who've lost people at Pulse. I was talking to someone, we just brought up that he knew people also who, friends of people got hurt. And I'm sorry for those who lost people. And I'm just sorry for what happened. I can't believe these things do occur, but there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, we can keep fighting and standing up for our country, but we cannot prevent a terrorist coming into our, country and shooting people. I mean, we can do what we can, and that's what the U.S. Army's for, but there's only so much we can do. We never know when it's going to happen. We never know when it's going to occur. And it's just really heartbreaking and sad how many things has happened over these years. And knowing how close it's getting to, I guess, me. Like, it seems like every spot is like getting closer and closer to where I live. And I think that's scary, and I think it affects me, and I just try not to show it. I try not to show my fear. I try to be brave, and I keep moving on. But it's really hard. So, on that note, just, stay positive, stay strong, and try to be safe out there. Try to protect yourself as much as you can, and just pray.